Day 116 of tier ranking college football teams based on their team colors and the colors of the tier ranker. We're looking for one team with red, two teams with orange, three teams with yellow, four teams with green, and five teams with blue in their logo or in their color scheme. Miami going down into green. I'm not going to say whether that's good or bad because I feel like if I do, I'm going to get a red. Penn State down into blue there. That's the only spot they can go. Pitt's going to go right alongside them into the blue. You need a lot of different blues, so it's important that we get those filled up quickly. I think we've only ever failed on blues once. Usually are not getting nearly enough blues, but West Virginia is going to be our third one of this run so far, so that's pretty decent. Illinois, do we make them the fourth blue or do we put them into orange? I'm going blue. My gut always says go blue first because that's just been one of the tougher ones to get. So I know that, I don't know. We'll see if it comes back to bite us. It might not end up mattering because now we have a red up there with Wisconsin. So that automatically means we've got potential for failure, but this is not the failure. It looks like it, right? But Houston has that alternate Houston blue, and we have decided that that counts as a blue. So even though it's obviously not their main color scheme and it's not on the logo, but ultimately it doesn't matter because NC State is a fail. So we're going to get a second attempt in here now. That was a pretty decent run. Kentucky, that also would have killed us there at the end of that last one. So that's perfectly fine that we get them now and put them right next to Penn State, who's down there in the blues again. Two blue-only teams to start us off. And there's one of our orange teams, Oklahoma State, going up there into orange. Feel good about that. You know, you need to get those oranges. They're fairly rare. They seem to show up. I feel like we filled up the orange a decent amount. There's only two spots to fill, so that's not too bad. Boston College is going to go into yellow. This is our first wild card of the day. The Kansas State does not have red, orange, yellow, green, or blue in their color scheme, so they're a wild card. And we're putting wild cards into green because that's just the toughest one to get. There's another team that could go in orange, but we got enough spaces open in blue. I feel very comfortable putting in there without even thinking about it. Kansas, we're not going to close off yellow because there's plenty of red and yellow teams. Here we go. Houston, we're going to have them close out the blues again. Same exact reasoning as last time. See if it pays off for us this attempt. Wake Forest is going to be our third and final yellow team. That's two spots filled. There's our third spot filled. Georgia going up into red. We need orange. We need green. And we're not going to get it. Arkansas is a fail. Come back later for part two.